The universe is not distant from you. It is not a force outside of your reach, waiting for permission to act. The universe is a reflection of your inner state, a mirror that responds instantly to the thoughts, feelings, and beliefs you hold. Financial success is not something you chase in the outer world, nor is it something you earn solely through effort. It is a state of consciousness, a living reality that exists first in your imagination, and it is your right to experience it fully and joyously. The promise of the universe is not conditional, nor is it limited by time, circumstance, or the opinions of others. The promise of the universe is that whatever you hold vividly in your mind and feel as real in your heart will inevitably manifest. The moment you grasp this truth, everything changes. You are no longer a seeker in a world of scarcity. You are a creator in a world of abundance. Imagine, if you will, the life you desire. See it clearly in your mind's eye. Your financial goals fulfilled. The money flowing to you easily, effortlessly, and joyously. Feel it as if it is already yours. Allow the emotion of having it to consume you. Do not merely think about it intellectually, for thought alone is insufficient. Thought without feeling is like a seed that never meets water. It cannot grow. But when feeling and thought combine, when imagination becomes vivid and living, the seed of your desire takes root and begins to grow into reality. The universe responds not to your doubts or fears, but to the reality you live within, the inner world you maintain in your consciousness. Your outer world is nothing more than a mirror of this inner world. Many believe that financial success is a matter of working harder, of competing, of convincing others, or of following a formula. They measure their progress by the visible results, yet the results always lag behind the state of consciousness that produces them. If your inner world is full of worry, lack, and fear, no amount of effort will produce true abundance. The universe does not reward struggle. It rewards alignment. It does not respond to how hard you try. It responds to the certainty of your imagined reality. Therefore, your first task is to cultivate the consciousness of the prosperous self, the wealthy self, the one who receives money as naturally as breathing. Act, speak, and think as if you are already financially successful. Let no circumstance in the outer world sway your inner conviction. You must understand that imagination is the gateway to creation. Everything that exists was once imagined. Every mansion, every business, every fortune, every invention was first conceived in the mind before it appeared in the world. Your imagination is not a fanciful playground. It is the laboratory of reality itself. When you use your imagination consciously and deliberately, you are not merely daydreaming. You are planting the seeds of your financial future. And the universe, faithful and exact, ensures that every seed you water with belief, emotion, and expectation will grow and manifest in due time. Yet, most people fail to manifest because they allow doubt, fear, or impatience to cloud their inner world. They may pray, affirm, or visualize sporadically, but the moment they face delay, they revert to a state of lack. They forget that the universe operates on a different principle than time and struggle. The universe responds to feeling, not to timeline or effort. When you imagine and feel as if your financial success is already complete, the universe moves to bring your imagined scene into physical form. This is not a process of negotiation. It is a law. The law is simple. Whatever you impress upon your consciousness with faith, feeling, and certainty must appear in your experience. To manifest financial success, therefore, you must live in the end. Living in the end does not mean planning endlessly or counting the steps toward your goal. It means assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Close your eyes and see yourself living in prosperity. Hear the sounds of abundance around you, the joyful conversations, the confirmations of income, the laughter and freedom that financial security brings. Smell the atmosphere of your success, the rich fragrance of achievement and comfort. Taste the satisfaction of your desires already met. Feel the weight of your financial reality, as if it is present. This is the state of consciousness that precedes and produces the outer reality. This is where the seed of your desire grows. Many ask, how long will it take? Or what if it doesn't happen? These questions betray a misunderstanding of the creative process. Time is irrelevant to the universe. The universe does not act on your schedule, but on the reality you assume. If you persist in living in the end, if you faithfully hold the feeling of financial completion, the circumstances that reflect this inner state must appear. There is no need to force the outcome, no need to manipulate events or people. Your role is simply to inhabit the state of the fulfilled desire. The moment you do, the universe begins its work, arranging circumstances, opportunities, and people to manifest the reality you have assumed. You may encounter appearances of lack, challenges, or delays in the outer world. Do not be deceived by these temporary appearances. They are not evidence of failure. They are simply the current reflection of your habitual thoughts. If you see lack around you, it does not mean you are lacking. It only means that you are being shown the mirror of your old beliefs. In these moments, retreat inward, close your eyes, and return to the state of having, knowing, and living in financial abundance. The outer world cannot dictate your inner state unless you allow it. The universe is faithful, but it requires that you remain faithful to the vision you hold. Your persistence in assumption, in feeling, in imagination is the invisible hand that guides reality to your feet. Now consider the role of gratitude. Gratitude is the acknowledgement that your desires are already present. It is the recognition of abundance even before it appears. When you are grateful, you are sending a powerful signal to the universe that you accept the reality you wish to manifest. Gratitude transforms your state of mind from one of lack to one of fullness. It is not a mere politeness. It is a magnetic force that draws money, opportunities, and success toward you. Begin each day by expressing gratitude for the wealth you are about to receive, for the business ventures, for the financial freedom, for the flow of money that is already yours. Let this gratitude be felt deeply, not spoken superficially. Let it saturate every cell of your being. In this vibration, the universe has no choice but to respond. You may also need to release resistance. Resistance is often disguised as doubt, worry, or fear. These emotions act as blocks, preventing the flow of abundance into your life. To dissolve resistance, simply notice it without judgment, and redirect your attention to the desired state. Do not fight it. Do not struggle with it. Just let it fade, as your focus shifts to the reality you wish to inhabit. Resistance cannot coexist with the feeling of fulfillment. When you persist in imagining your financial success as already complete, resistance naturally dissolves. Your inner world becomes clear, open, and receptive, like a river ready to receive the wealth flowing toward it. Action is important, but only as an expression of your inner state. You will naturally be led to actions that align with your imagined reality. Opportunities will appear, ideas will flow, and decisions will come effortlessly. This is the practical manifestation of the inner state. The universe does not require struggle. It requires alignment. When you are aligned with the consciousness of financial success, your actions become inspired, effortless, and accurate. You move in harmony with the currents of abundance rather than pushing against them. Every step you take is then a reflection of the inner reality you inhabit. Let us now speak of faith, the silent power that underpins all manifestation. Faith is not blind. It is a knowing that your imagined reality is inevitable. Faith does not demand visible proof. It thrives in the unseen, in the feeling of certainty, in the vivid awareness that the money, the wealth, and the opportunities are already yours. When faith is strong, the universe acts with precision and speed. Doubt delays manifestation. Certainty accelerates it. Therefore, cultivate unshakable faith in your inner state. Nurture the feeling of being financially abundant, even when appearances seem contrary. The more vivid your imagination, the more potent your faith, and the quicker the universe responds. You may wonder why some seem to struggle while others succeed effortlessly. The answer lies not in circumstance but in state. Those who succeed effortlessly are those who have mastered their inner world. They hold the vision, the feeling, and the assumption of wealth as their dominant reality. They do not chase. They attract. They do not plead. They know. They do not worry. They persist in the state of fulfillment. The outer world is merely a mirror, and they have learned to live in a reality that the world has not yet mirrored. You too can become this person. The only requirement is persistence, imagination, and unwavering belief in the reality you wish to experience. It is vital to understand that there is no limit to the abundance the universe can provide. Financial success is not a finite resource. Money is simply a form of energy, and energy expands infinitely. When you align with this infinite energy through your imagination and feeling, you open the doors to limitless prosperity. The universe is generous and abundant, but it responds to consciousness, not to requests or demands. It responds to the certainty, to the assumption, to the lived reality of the prosperous self. Therefore, let your consciousness expand without restriction. Do not shrink your vision to fit the apparent limitations of the world. The world is a reflection of your imagination, and your imagination is limitless. Now, as you cultivate this consciousness, remember to embody joy and ease. Do not approach your desire as a burden or as a task that must be earned. Financial success is not a punishment. It is a natural expression of your inner state. When you approach your desire with joy, you align with the pleasure of the universe itself. Joy is a signal that your inner world is aligned with abundance. Ease is a sign that you are flowing with the current rather than struggling against it. Combine joy, ease, and vivid imagination, and you create a magnetic force that draws money and opportunities to you effortlessly. Visualization is a tool, but feeling is the engine of manifestation. You may visualize every detail of your financial success, yet if it is not felt, it remains a shadow, a potential that does not materialize. Feel the reality of abundance as if it is already yours. Imagine opening a bank statement showing your wealth, receiving unexpected gifts, or signing agreements that bring prosperity. Feel the excitement, the gratitude, the security, and the freedom as real and present now. Let this feeling saturate your consciousness, and the universe will respond with equal fidelity. Reality is not built with effort. It is built with feeling. Finally, trust the process completely. Trust that the universe is always working in your favor. Trust that every imagined detail, every feeling, every act of assumption is setting in motion a sequence of events that must culminate in financial success. Do not interfere with doubts, criticisms, or comparisons. They are distractions from your creative power. Stay focused on your inner world, on the reality you wish to inhabit. Persist in living in the end, in feeling, in gratitude, in joy, and in trust. When you do, the outer world will inevitably conform to your inner state, and financial abundance will appear as naturally as the sunrise. The promise of the universe is unwavering. It is faithful to your imagination, your feeling, your assumption. Financial success is not a distant dream. It is a present reality waiting for your recognition. Claim it now in your consciousness. Feel it as done, and the universe will bring it to manifestation. You are not powerless. You are not dependent on circumstance, luck, or other people. You are the creator of your financial reality. The seed has been planted in your imagination, and it will grow. The promise of the universe is that whatever you hold vividly and faithfully as true must appear. Step into this promise now. Live as if your financial success is already complete. Feel it, know it, rejoice in it, and the world will reflect it back to you with perfect precision. Your wealth, your freedom, your financial abundance is not a future possibility. It is the inevitable result of the consciousness you choose now. Assume it, embrace it, and the universe, faithful beyond measure, will deliver it to you with grace, speed, and joy. The promise is yours, and it cannot fail. As you continue to dwell in this state of financial fulfillment, you will notice a subtle yet powerful shift in your perception. Opportunities will no longer be hidden or missed. They will appear as natural extensions of your assumed reality. You will recognize the right people, the right moments, and the right ideas, because your inner state aligns with abundance. The universe is always conspiring to bring your inner world into manifestation. It does not fail, and it does not delay without reason. The delay is not a denial. It is simply the outer world arranging itself to match the exact contours of your inner consciousness. Therefore, remain vigilant in your imagination, careful in your assumptions, and unwavering in your feeling of having already received. Consider the power of your words. Every word you speak is a declaration of your inner reality. When you speak from the state of abundance, when you affirm your financial success as a present truth, you are reinforcing the inner world that the universe will bring into form. Words are not mere expressions. They are creative instruments, shaping the very fabric of your experience. Speak not of lack, limitation, or uncertainty. Speak only of prosperity, fulfillment, and achievement. Let every utterance be a reflection of the state you wish to inhabit, and watch as the outer world bends to mirror your inner conviction. Your environment too will begin to shift as a natural consequence of your inner state. The people, places, and situations that no longer align with your consciousness of abundance will gradually fade, making room for circumstances that support your financial reality. Do not resist this natural pruning. It is a sign that your inner world is asserting itself in the outer. The universe is not random. It is intelligent, responding to the fidelity of your imagination. When you persist in the feeling of already having, when you refuse to let doubt penetrate your consciousness, the world adjusts with perfect precision to reflect your assumed state. Many stumble because they confuse desire with the absence of what they want. They focus on what is missing rather than the reality they wish to create. But the universe is not moved by longing. It is moved by the reality you assume as true. To manifest financial success, you must shift your focus from what is not present to the reality that is already fulfilled in your consciousness. See the money, feel the freedom, embrace the opportunities as if they are already yours. Do not measure your progress by appearances. Measure it by the strength and vividness of your inner state. The stronger your inner conviction, the swifter and more precise your manifestation. Remember, the act of imagining is not passive. It is a dynamic creative force. When you immerse yourself fully in the feeling of financial success, you are sending an irresistible signal to the universe. This signal is precise, unambiguous, and powerful. It informs the infinite intelligence of existence that your desire is complete, that your financial success is not a wish. It is a reality already established in the invisible world. The outer world then follows suit, arranging itself to match the blueprint you have impressed upon your consciousness. There is no other way. This is the law of creation, exact and unwavering. Do not underestimate the influence of your inner dialogue. Every thought, every mental image, every fleeting emotion contributes to the environment you are creating. When your thoughts are dominated by fear, scarcity, or worry, you inadvertently maintain the very conditions you wish to escape. Conversely, when your thoughts are dominated by certainty, abundance, and the feeling of fulfillment, you construct a reality of wealth that cannot be denied. Guard your mind as carefully as a sacred temple, for within it lies the power to command the universe. Treat every thought as an opportunity to reinforce the reality of financial abundance. As you continue to cultivate this state, you will begin to notice that money and opportunities do not arrive through struggle or coercion. They arrive naturally, effortlessly, and often unexpectedly. The universe delights in fulfilling the desires of those who believe, who imagine vividly, and who persist in the state of the wish fulfilled. This effortless manifestation is not luck. It is the predictable result of living in harmony with the invisible laws of creation. Your task is not to chase, it is to assume, feel, and remain faithful to the inner reality. Everything else will follow naturally. Consider now the role of persistence. The world may present distractions, doubts, and appearances that contradict your imagined reality. This is precisely why persistence is essential. Your imagination must be practiced daily, your feelings consistently aligned with the reality you wish to experience. When you persist in assuming your financial success, no outer circumstance can shake the foundation of your inner world. Persistence is not stubbornness. It is the disciplined application of creative power. It is the daily rehearsal of your desired state until it becomes dominant in your consciousness. And when this dominance is achieved, the outer world cannot resist conforming to it.
The universe operates on a principle of exact correspondence. Whatever you hold is real within you. The world must reflect externally. If you wish for financial success, you must feel it, live it, and act from the state of having it. There is no shortcut, no compromise, and no alternative. Effort without feeling is insufficient. Action without inner conviction produces little. But when feeling, imagination, and belief are combined, creation becomes effortless, and manifestation becomes inevitable. This is the promise of the universe, that whatever you live as true internally will inevitably appear externally. It is also important to understand that your financial success does not depend on anyone else. The universe is impartial and unbound by human limitation. You do not need permission, approval, or validation from others. Your wealth is a natural expression of your inner state, and it will flow as soon as you assume it with confidence. The outer world is merely a reflection. It cannot provide or deny what you already hold as reality. Therefore, focus entirely on your consciousness. Perfect it, saturate it with feeling, and the world will conform. Independence in thought and feeling is the key to unlocking the full potential of your financial manifestation. Do not overlook the subtle yet profound power of feeling. The intellect may plan, calculate, and strategize endlessly, but it is feeling that moves the universe. The heart knows what the mind cannot conceive. When you feel the reality of financial abundance as already accomplished, you are no longer imagining, you are experiencing. The universe responds to this experiential certainty, bringing into form the very sensations, circumstances, and events you have cultivated within. Let your heart dwell on abundance. Let your emotions resonate with prosperity, and let your imagination live in the end. This is the essence of manifestation. As your inner state aligns with wealth, you will notice an increasing sense of ease and flow. Money will arrive in unexpected ways. Opportunities will open seemingly by chance, and decisions will become clear. This is the natural consequence of living in the state of the fulfilled desire. You are no longer struggling against the currents of life. You are moving with them, guided by an unseen intelligence that mirrors your inner conviction. The universe delights in serving those who assume abundance, and your outer world becomes a reflection of the joy, certainty, and richness you carry within. The promise of the universe is infinite. There is no limit to the abundance, no ceiling to your financial success, and no restriction on the opportunities available to you. Your only limitation is the boundary of your imagination. Expand it, saturate it with feeling, and do not settle for less than the full measure of wealth you desire. The universe is eager to deliver, and when you embody the state of financial success fully, it cannot fail. Every imagined scene, every felt emotion, every assumed state will manifest in due course, with perfect timing, precision, and completeness. And so you are called to action, not the kind of action dictated by effort, struggle, or anxiety, but the action of the mind and heart, aligned with the reality of your financial fulfillment. Imagine, feel, assume, and persist. Let your thoughts, words, and emotions reflect the state of abundance. Let your gratitude be profound, your joy unshakable, and your faith unwavering. The outer world will inevitably follow, and your financial success will appear as naturally as the sun rises each day. You are the master of your reality, and the universe, faithful to your inner state, responds without delay. Your financial abundance is not a dream deferred. It is the inevitable consequence of your assumed state. When you consistently inhabit the reality of wealth, when you persist in feeling, imagining, and trusting, the universe orchestrates the events, opportunities, and circumstances to bring your inner world into perfect alignment with the outer. This is not magic, nor is it luck. It is the precise, unfailing law of creation, accessible to all who choose to live in the end. Claim this truth, embrace it fully, and allow the natural flow of abundance to move through you, effortlessly and joyfully. The world outside may continue to reflect scarcity, struggle, or limitation, but your inner state transcends appearances. Let your consciousness be saturated with the feeling of financial success. Let your imagination dwell in scenes of abundance. Let your heart rejoice in the reality that is already complete. The universe honors the state you maintain within. Remain faithful, remain persistent, and remain certain. As you do, your financial reality will be reshaped to mirror the wealth, freedom, and success you have assumed as already yours. The promise of the universe is eternal, and your financial abundance is inevitable. As you continue to inhabit this state of inner abundance, you will discover that your relationship with money changes entirely. No longer will money be something to chase, struggle for, or fear losing. Instead, it becomes a natural companion, flowing freely to you, because your consciousness has invited it. Money, in essence, is a reflection of your inner state, a mirror showing you the level of belief, expectation, and joy you hold within. When you are certain of your wealth, when you feel it as real, when you imagine it with vivid clarity, Money cannot resist coming into your experience. The universe aligns to bring the invisible reality into form, for it cannot act against the state you persistently maintain within. Consider the small daily habits that reinforce your consciousness of prosperity. Every thought, every conversation, every decision is a brushstroke painting the canvas of your financial reality. Speak only from the reality of abundance. Do not recount stories of lack or limitation, for these stories strengthen the opposite reality. Instead, tell the story of your wealth as if it is already complete. Speak with confidence about opportunities, about success, about the freedom that financial security brings. Speak as the person who already lives in the financial reality you desire. This is not pretension, it is creation. Words, when aligned with feeling, act as catalysts, accelerating the manifestation of your inner state into your outer experience. Imagination remains your most potent tool. Take time each day to visualize, in meticulous detail, the life you wish to live. See the numbers in your bank account, hear the confirmations of contracts, feel the comfort of abundance surrounding you. Do not merely glance at these images. Immerse yourself fully. Let them saturate your senses and your emotions. Allow the joy of having, the relief of freedom, and the excitement of financial security to permeate every cell of your being. The universe responds to this full engagement. It responds not to a casual thought, but to the deep, living reality you create in your imagination. The mind often wants to reason, to plan, to analyze every step. Yet the creative power of the universe does not function in logic or in incremental effort. It functions in feeling, in assumption, in the certainty that your financial success is already achieved. Planning is useful, but only as an extension of the inner state, not as a substitute for it. Do not rely on outer evidence to validate your belief. The evidence will always follow the state you maintain within. Hold steadfastly to the feeling of abundance, even if the world around you has yet to reflect it. Persistence in assumption is the key to transforming your inner reality into outer form. Notice how often you have allowed doubt to creep in, and recognize that these moments are opportunities to strengthen your inner conviction. When a thought of limitation arises, gently redirect your attention to the reality you wish to inhabit. Feel it fully. Imagine it vividly. Allow no contradiction between your desired reality and your inner state. The universe responds only to the living assumption you carry, not to the words of uncertainty or hesitation. When you remain unwavering, the outer world eventually reflects this precision. Your financial success, no matter how grand or modest, is guaranteed when your consciousness aligns perfectly with it. Gratitude, again, is the secret enhancer of manifestation. Express gratitude not only for the wealth you are receiving, but for the wealth that is already yours in the unseen. Gratitude is a recognition that the universe's promise is fulfilled in your consciousness before it appears in form. Let your mind dwell on all the riches surrounding you, the opportunities, the resources, the talents you possess. Feel appreciation for every small gain and every anticipated gain. The act of gratitude magnifies your energy, making it magnetic to the abundance you desire. It elevates your consciousness, and the higher your state, the more responsive the universe becomes. As you persist in these practices, you will notice a profound sense of inner alignment. Challenges may still appear in the outer world, but you will no longer react to them with fear, anxiety, or resistance. Instead, you will see them as opportunities for your consciousness to remain steadfast. You will know that outer appearances do not dictate your reality. Your inner state does. With this understanding, you act not from desperation, but from inspired alignment. Every decision, every action, every opportunity is then guided by the certainty of your fulfilled desire, and the results become effortless, abundant, and precise. Financial success is not limited to a single form or source. It manifests in multiple streams, in unexpected ways, and often beyond what the mind can anticipate. Do not confine the universe with narrow expectations or rigid definitions of wealth. Be open to the vast creativity of the infinite intelligence. The more expansive and flexible your imagination, the greater the manifestations you will receive. The universe loves freedom and generosity. When you align with the feeling of having more than enough, when you open your mind to unexpected channels of prosperity, your financial abundance flows effortlessly, reflecting the magnitude of your inner assumption. Do not mistake delayed manifestation as denial. The universe operates on perfect timing, which may differ from your personal schedule. Trust in the invisible intelligence orchestrating your life. When your inner state is consistent, persistent, and unwavering, the outer reality conforms inevitably. Patience is not passive waiting. It is active maintenance of the fulfilled state within. Do not allow impatience, worry, or anxiety to erode the foundation of your imagined reality. Every moment you persist in assumption strengthens the creative process, until the outer world inevitably mirrors the inner certainty you maintain. It is vital to embody the life of financial abundance in your daily activities. Act as though the money, the opportunities, and the security you desire are already yours. Make decisions from this perspective. Approach negotiations, investments, and conversations from the state of fulfillment, not from fear or lack. Your outer actions, when inspired by the inner state, carry a magnetic force that draws the appropriate circumstances to you. You will find that doors open naturally, opportunities present themselves effortlessly, and people align with your vision. Action is powerful, but only when it flows from the inner certainty of abundance. The inner practice of imagining and feeling wealth should be consistent, not sporadic. It is not enough to visualize occasionally or affirm wealth when convenient. You must inhabit the consciousness of financial success as your natural state. Let every moment, every thought, every breath be aligned with the reality of abundance. This consistent alignment strengthens the magnetic pull of the universe and ensures that manifestation occurs not only in part but in fullness. The more faithfully you maintain this state, the more exact and rapid the results. As you grow in your understanding and application of these principles, notice the transformation in your perception. You will no longer see scarcity or limitation as the norm. Your vision expands, opportunities multiply, creativity flows, confidence deepens. Joy becomes the natural accompaniment of your daily experience. The outer world begins to reflect this inner shift, as it always does. Financial success ceases to be a distant goal and becomes the natural, inevitable expression of your aligned consciousness. You must also release attachment to the how of manifestation. The universe will determine the exact pathways through which your wealth appears. Do not interfere with or attempt to control the process. Instead, focus entirely on maintaining the state of financial fulfillment. Trust that everything necessary will be arranged. Your inner certainty, your vivid imagination, and your unwavering feeling of having are sufficient. The outer form will follow naturally, and often in ways far more magnificent than you could have conceived. Let go of resistance, let go of doubt, and embrace the invisible orchestration of abundance at work in your life. The essence of this teaching is simple yet profound. Your outer financial reality is nothing more than the reflection of your inner consciousness. By assuming the reality of wealth, by feeling it as already yours, by persisting in gratitude, joy, and certainty, you draw to yourself the exact circumstances, opportunities, and resources necessary to manifest it fully. There is no other formula, no secret hidden outside of you. The power lies within, and it responds to your imagination, your feeling, and your belief. You are the architect of your financial destiny, and the universe, faithful and abundant, answers to the state you maintain. As you continue to dwell in this consciousness of financial abundance, notice the subtle power of expectation that arises. Expectation is not passive. It is a knowing, a certainty that the universe will conform to the reality you hold. You do not hope or wish. You live as though the financial success you desire is already yours. Expectation shapes perception, and perception shapes reality. You begin to notice opportunities that were invisible before. Doors that seemed closed now appear open. People, resources, and circumstances begin to align effortlessly. This is the direct response of the universe to the clarity and certainty of your inner state. Your imagination is your laboratory, and each mental scene you create is a seed planted in the fertile soil of consciousness. When you nurture these seeds with feeling, your mind, body, and emotions become instruments of manifestation. See yourself receiving unexpected income, signing agreements that lead to prosperity, and enjoying the freedom that financial security provides. Allow every sense to be engaged in this imagined reality. Hear the sounds, feel the textures, taste the satisfaction, and immerse yourself fully in the richness of this state. The more vivid and complete the imagined scene, the more powerfully it imprints upon your consciousness, and the faster the universe responds. Consider how effortlessly the universe arranges events to bring your imagined reality into form. When your consciousness is fixed on the state of wealth, synchronicities begin to appear. Meetings, conversations, and coincidences that serve your financial goals become common. You will meet the right people, discover the right ideas, and find solutions appearing exactly when needed. These are not mere coincidences. They are the natural unfolding of a universe responding to your inner assumption. The outer world bends in accordance with the fidelity of your inner state, aligning itself perfectly with the wealth you imagine. Resist the temptation to judge outer appearances as evidence of limitation. A temporary lack or obstacle in the physical world is simply a reflection of old patterns of thought, waiting to be replaced by your new assumption. Do not give them power by reacting with fear or doubt. Instead, retreat inward and strengthen your inner reality of financial abundance. Reinforce the feeling of already having, of already living in prosperity. The universe measures the fidelity of your consciousness, not the appearances of the material world. When your inner state is unwavering, the outer world inevitably shifts to mirror it. Gratitude continues to be a potent amplifier of manifestation. Expressing sincere appreciation for your imagined abundance creates a vibrational resonance that attracts more of the same. Give thanks for the financial opportunities, the security, the freedom, and even the steps you take toward wealth. Feel gratitude for the money already present in unseen form, for the intelligence that orchestrates events, and for the joy of knowing your desires are fulfilled. Gratitude is not a superficial act. It is an acknowledgement of the reality within your consciousness, and a signal to the universe that you are aligned with the abundance you have imagined. Persistence is the cornerstone of this process. Do not abandon your inner state when external circumstances seem contrary. The outer world is fluid, but your consciousness is stable. Continue to imagine, feel, and assume the reality of wealth. Repeat the mental scenes. Feel the emotions of financial fulfillment, and speak words that reflect abundance. Every act of persistence strengthens your magnetic connection to the universe. You are teaching the outer world to respond to your inner reality. The longer and more faithfully you persist, the more inevitable the manifestation becomes. Your relationship with money itself must also transform. Release fear, worry, and scarcity-based thinking. Money is not a burden, a goal, or a source of stress. Money is a form of energy, a tool for expressing the abundance of the universe. When you treat it with ease, respect, and joy, it flows freely. Act as though it is already a natural part of your life. Pay attention to the feeling of having enough, then more than enough, and finally unlimited abundance. The universe responds to the quality of your feeling, not to your financial statements, your bank balance, or external measurements. When your inner experience matches the reality you desire, wealth must follow. Imagination is further strengthened when you involve your senses in creating the desired scene. Imagine walking into your home of abundance, seeing the wealth surrounding you, hearing the affirmations of success, and feeling the satisfaction and security in your body. Let the physical sensations of financial success anchor your consciousness. Let the joy, excitement, and relief of abundance saturate your being. These feelings are the language of the universe, the signal that directs unseen forces to align with your reality. The more immersive and emotionally charged your imagination, the more irresistible your inner state becomes.
Faith is the silent partner of imagination and feeling. Faith is not blind. It is an unshakable knowing that your financial success is inevitable. When outer circumstances appear to contradict your assumption, let faith be your guide. Do not attempt to argue with the reality you see. Instead, maintain your inner state as if the desired outcome is already accomplished. The universe recognizes faith as certainty, and certainty cannot be denied. Let your consciousness be unwavering, and every obstacle, delay, or challenge will eventually dissolve in the light of your persistent assumption. Action, when inspired by the inner state, becomes effortless and precise. You will naturally take the steps that align with the financial reality you have imagined. Opportunities will present themselves. Ideas will flow, and decisions will become intuitive. This is the universe arranging itself through your inner alignment. You no longer need to force results or strain against circumstances. Your inspired actions are a reflection of the certainty and alignment within you. When inner state and outer action are synchronized, the flow of abundance becomes seamless, and financial success manifests naturally. It is also vital to remain detached from rigid expectations of form. The universe may deliver your wealth in ways that surprise you. Money, opportunities, and resources may come through unexpected channels, and often more creatively than you could have imagined. Do not limit the potential of abundance by insisting on a specific path or timeline. Trust the intelligence of the universe to deliver your desires in the perfect manner. Your responsibility is to maintain the state of fulfillment, the feeling of having already received, and the joy of abundance. The form will follow the fidelity of your consciousness. As your practice deepens, you will notice a transformation not only in financial reality, but in the way you perceive the world. Scarcity and limitation lose their grip on your mind. Confidence, creativity, and clarity replace fear and doubt. Your decisions become guided by a sense of inevitability, your actions inspired by alignment, and your interactions enriched with the vibrancy of your imagined reality. The universe responds to this clarity, arranging circumstances, people, and opportunities to match your inner state. Financial success becomes a natural, effortless expression of your consciousness, not a struggle or a distant goal. Now take a deep breath and feel this truth settle into every fiber of your being. Your financial success is not a dream, not a hope, not a distant possibility. It is your present reality in the unseen. The universe has already aligned to bring it forth. All that remains is for you to recognize it, to feel it, and to live it fully in your consciousness. The outer world is merely a reflection of the state you maintain within. When you assume, imagine, and feel the reality of abundance, the world cannot resist obeying. You are the creator, the architect, the magnetic center drawing wealth, opportunities, and prosperity to you. Doubt, fear, and limitation exist only in the mind that refuses to believe in the invisible power of imagination. But you have chosen differently. You have chosen certainty. You have chosen faith, and you have chosen the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Carry this knowing with you. The moment you persist in this state, the universe moves with precision, bringing every desire into manifestation. Financial abundance is not about struggle or waiting. It is about alignment, about living as the person who already has it. Today, you step fully into that reality. You are worthy, you are capable, and you are aligned with the infinite source of wealth. The universe's promise is unwavering. It will never fail, never waver, never hesitate. Your financial success is inevitable because you have assumed it, because you have felt it, and because you have known it in the depth of your being. So now live as if it is done. Speak as if it is already complete. Feel the joy, the freedom, the excitement, and the security of your financial fulfillment. Let this inner reality saturate your mind, body, and soul. Trust the invisible orchestration that surrounds you. Persist with unwavering faith. Rejoice in the certainty that the wealth you desire is already yours. The universe has promised, and its promise is absolute. Your financial abundance is here. Your prosperity is inevitable. Your life, your wealth, your freedom is a living reflection of the consciousness you choose today. Step into it, embrace it, and let it manifest with perfect precision.